Well, you're 6 months in and you've had hundreds of conversations about your business, and yet when someone asks you, oh, so what do? Something still isn't quite landing. You explain, they nod, but you can tell they haven't really quite got it. And you leave the conversation wondering, why does it feel so hard to explain what I do? Well, here's the honest answer. It's not because you're not confident enough, and it's not because your business is too complicated to explain. It's because the story underneath it hasn't yet been made clear. And when the story isn't clear, no amount of confidence fixes the conversation. But when it is, even the quietest founder in the room full of people can make someone lean in and say, tell me more. And that's what this video is all about. When your story is tangled, when you can't say it simply and clearly, it costs you more than you realize. It costs you in conversations that don't convert, in clients who almost said yes but didn't quite, in team members who don't know what they're building towards, and in customers who choose someone else, not because they were better, but because their story was clearer. Here's what founders tell me at day one of the Wyseminds program. I struggle to articulate what makes me different. It feels a little rambly. It changes every time someone asks. That's not a confidence problem. That's a clarity problem. And clarity has to have structure. At Wyseminds, we use a tool called the Value Elevator Pitch. It's not a script and it's not a tagline. And it's certainly not your marketing copy. It's the clearest possible version of your story, built on 6 levels that takes everything you know about your business and makes it speakable. 6 levels, 1 complete story. And you're going to build yours right now. So grab a piece of paper, 1 line per level. Don't overthink it. We're going to build it together using this example of Grandma's table so you can see how each level works before you write your own. So question number 1, when we do, why do you exist? This is the belief at the heart of your business, not what you sell, why you're here. Start with, I believe, or we exist to. For Grandma's table, I believe the right recipes bring back the comfort and connection we all crave for in today's world. Notice she doesn't mention her soup yet. That belief is the foundation everything else is built on. Well, it's your turn now. Write 1 line, I believe or we believe. Pause here and write it down. The next level, the question, who are you in this story? This is where your belief gets a voice, your role, how you see yourself as the founder. So start with, as the founder of, as the Grandma's table, as the founder of Grandma's table, I see myself as the guardian of homemade tradition. Write 1 line beginning with, as the founder of. So next, the question, what are your non-negotiables? These are the principles that guide your every decision. What must always be true, no matter how busy things get? Well, for Grandma's table, we believe in quality and the power of your tradition. Your turn. Write 2 or 3 values, the things that must always be true in your business. Okay, level 4, capabilities. The question, how do you bring it to life? This is where belief becomes action. The habits, the choices, the methods that make your purpose happen on that day. We believe this by. Grandma's table, we bring this to life by choosing fresh ingredients, following timeless recipes, and cooking with instinct, not haste. Your turn. Write 1 beginning. We bring this to life by. Okay, level 5, behavior. What do people actually see? This is where your values become visible, when someone would notice if they walked into your business or used your product. Start with, you'll see this in the Grandma's table. You'll see this in the way we stir, we taste, and we serve every bowl with consistency and care for your family. Your turn. You'll see this in. Okay, level 6, environment. Where does your story come alive? Where do people actually experience everything you've built? Your workshop, your client calls, your space. It happens. Well, for Grandma's table, it happens in the kitchen, around wooden tables, and in the smiles you get with every bowl. Write one word. It happens. Perfect. Now you're going to read it aloud. Start at the top, your belief, and work your way down. Notice what happens. Does it flow from belief to behavior? Can you hear your voice in it? Does it feel true? When all 6 align, does it feel true? Does it feel unshakable? Something that you could lead from? Things that, could make that shift. So 6 months in, who came into your business with growth that, felt stuttery, conversations that weren't landing, a story that felt tangled? You'll now have 6 levels of that story that makes it clear. A belief that drives everything, an identity that gives you a voice, values that keep you honest, capabilities that keep you real, and behaviors that make you visible, and an environment where it comes alive. That's your value elevator pitch, getting your story straight. And when your story is straight, growth starts to feel less like a struggle, more direction. Well, if you want to go deeper and test your story against 4 key drivers, you can go and sign up to the free 8-day Wyseminds program, and the link is below. It's the beginning of something much bigger. And that's what we want for all women founders, to give their story this clarity that makes people listen, makes people curious, and gives you the confidence that in that 30 seconds, you've delivered what you've always believed. I hope to see you on your journey.